What is up? What is up? What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, I thought we were going to make it through the rest of the day with no more trades, but Jeff Pagliacca was like, wait. And Morgan Tuck was like, wait. We got another trade for you guys. Breaking news. The Chicago Sky have made a trade this offseason. This is their first trade of the offseason. We will see a change on that front. And Connecticut has made one of their latest of several trades that have happened. The Connecticut Sun are doing a garage sale. So if y'all don't know, they are basically doing a garage sale with loads and loads of players getting offloaded for the Connecticut Sun. Now, let's get to the actual story. The actual story is that Beck Allen is headed to I accidentally have Dallas receive. It's actually Connecticut receives. All right, guys, here's the news, guys. We see a trade involving the Chicago Sky and the Connecticut Sun. So Chicago receives Beck Allen. She is under contract for 1 more year. For 2025, they do receive her in a trade. And as a response, we see the Connecticut Sun receive Nikolina Milic and Lindsay Allen. Now, on the screen is incorrect. I am updating that right now. And guys, there is other news that has just happened. So we are doing a roundup. Yes, we're going to first talk about the Chicago Sky and what they just added to their roster. But we're also going to take a look at what other teams have done as well as a signing that the Chicago Sky just did. Okay, so once again, this was reported by Annie Costable of the Sun-Times. She reported a 2-team trade between the Chicago Sky and the Connecticut Sun. Again, the Chicago Sky receive Beck Allen, or Rebecca Allen, the Australian national player. We also see the Connecticut Sun pick up Lindsay Allen and the rights to Nikolina Milic. Now, let's actually walk through this because some of y'all may be like, who's Beck Allen? What's going on? Who's Nikolina Milic? What's going on? Well, let me walk through it for y'all because if y'all do not know, Beck Allen is, in my opinion, a big get for the Chicago side. And let's walk through why. So, Beck Allen is a longtime WNBA player. Last year, she played with the Phoenix Mercury. She ended up she's actually been dealing with some injuries over the last several years. This past year, she was ready to play on the Olympic stage for Team Australia. She was a big part of Team Australia, but in a pregame exhibition before the Paris Olympics jumped off, we saw Beck Allen go down. She had a hamstring injury, and she missed the entire Olympics, and she missed the rest of the season for the Phoenix Mercury. So she is a really good player. Last year, she only played in 18 games for the Phoenix Mercury. In that time, she averaged 7.4 points a game. She also was a player who, she also was a player who can shoot threes, right? And she is a solid defender as well. She also stands at 6'2". Now, if y'all know anything about the Chicago Sky has been plagued for years with very, very, very small guards. Very, very small guards, right? And now, finally, Tyler Marsh is in there, and he's like, you know what? I need some size. When it comes to my guards, I'm going to need some size, and that is exactly what you get in Rebecca Allen. Now, again, Lindsay Allen is out of there. Now, she is a player who was the starting point guard for the Chicago Sky for the majority of this past season, right? A significant part of last season, right? She started in 28 of the Chicago Sky's 40 games. In that time, she averaged 6.6 points a game, 3.9 assists a game as well. She was a pretty good, she did her job for the Chicago Sky. She was that veteran presence. that the Chicago Sky needed. However, she was short. She is short. She stands at 5'8". And here's the deal. The Chicago Sky already have short players on their team. And with having Courtney Vandersloot re-sign with the team, she's also another shorty as well. It didn't totally make sense to keep Lindsay Allen because the Chicago Sky, their goal is, and I think this is a pretty understandable goal, I believe their goal is to get Olivia Miles in the draft. And you already have Courtney Vandersloot, who will act sort of as a starting player, but also as a bridge to the next starting point guard for the Chicago Sky, which will be Olivia Miles, right? So the Sky have Courtney Vandersloot as their starting point guard. They're going to be drafting another point guard. They don't need a third point guard, and which is what Lindsay Allen is. She would be a third. She'd be a third point guard, and it's not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary. So you get rid of Lindsay Allen. You also get rid of the rights to Nicolina Milic, because who knows if Nicolina Milic is even going to, who knows if she's even going to play in the WNBA next year, right? So if Connecticut wants the rights to Nicolina Milic, okay, fine. All right. So Lindsay Allen and Nicolina Milic are on their way over to Connecticut, and the Chicago Sky receive Beck Allen, aka Rebecca Allen, who is a taller player. She is someone who can shoot threes. She is someone that, yes, has dealt with some injuries, but she is someone who can come off the bench and score. Y'all may remember her being a integral part for the New York Liberty. She played on the New York Liberty for a long time. Started her WNBA career with the New York Liberty. Last year, she played with the Phoenix Mercury, dealt with some injuries, and so that is something to note as well. Yes, they do have, the Sky still do have Mariah Jefferson, who is a point guard as well. All right, so right now, the Chicago Sky have Courtney Vandersloot. You also have Mariah Jefferson as well, and I do believe that the Sky are going to try. They're going to try to pick up. They're going to try to pick up Olivia Miles in the draft if she lands at number 3. All right, so that was the big trade that just happened. That was the big trade that just happened. Now I do want to walk through some signings that happened as well. All right, so here are some signings, because we saw that the Sky did not only just make that trade, we also see the Chicago Sky pick up Kia Nurse as a free agent to be a veteran presence on the Chicago Sky team. And to me, guys, this is a huge W of a signing. Now, here's the deal. Again, Tyler Marsh wants to get a bigger lineup. He wants bigger guards to make some stuff happen for the Chicago Sky. And Kia Nurse gives you exactly that. She's a bigger guard, standing at 6 foot tall. She is also a player who can provide you with some significant defense at that guard role. Also, she is someone who can shoot shots. Now, last year, I would say that Kia Nurse didn't have the greatest of year, mainly because I just felt like the sparks were kind of all over the place. And Kia Nurse ended up getting the starting nod for the majority of the year. However, I didn't really think that Kia Nurse is really like a starter, is really a starter. She's more of a player who can come off the bench and just give you some defensive intensity, can get you some points and whatnot. And so that's what I really do see Kia Nurse being. I don't see her being a starter on this team. I do see her coming off the bench, but I think this is a huge get for the Chicago Sky, because again, Kia Nurse has been in the game for a long time. Started her career with the New York Liberty, then went over to Phoenix, then went to Seattle, went to LA last year, and now she is going to the Chicago Sky. You gotta, when you talk about the Chicago Sky, this is a team that, yes, needed some scorers. They needed to get some scoring in place, and they are working on that, right? We see Beck Allen, scorer, 3-point shooter. Kia Nurse, scorer, can hit a 3-point shot, not as good as Beck Allen, but can knock down some shots. I think she hovers around like 30-something% for Kia Nurse in terms of her 3-point shooting. I think this is a good get. This is a good get. Now again, in large part, Kia Nurse wasn't really a good fit for the LA Sparks. I just don't think it, guys, Kia Nurse, her real star really shone when she was with the New York Liberty, right? And last year with the LA Sparks, it wasn't that great of a year for her, in my opinion. However, I do think her going to the Chicago Sky, likely coming off the bench, is a really, really good move. So man, that's a good signing for the Chicago Sky. We also see Natasha Heidemann agree to return to the Minnesota Lynx. We see Odyssey Sims agree to sign with the LA Sparks. Michaela Onyenwere has agreed to sign with the Chicago Sky again. She was on the team last year. She will be back on the team this year. So that should be pretty cool. Let's see. De jour, thank you so much for the super chat, says, so when is Dana getting traded? She wanted out. I don't know when she's going to get traded. It may happen. It may happen, later today, tomorrow, or it may never happen. Here's the thing. We all do know that Dana Evans did request a trade last year. That trade did not happen. The Sky were not able to, in their opinion, get enough value for Dana Evans, and so she did not get traded last year, but she is on the team this year. We will ultimately see what the Sky end up doing. Do they keep Dana Evans on the squad, or do they make a decision to make a change instead? Now, here's the deal for the Chicago Sky. They still have a lot of roster spots still to fill. Right now on the roster for 2026, you have Mariah Jefferson, you have Elizabeth Williams, you have Rachel Banham, Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese, Michaela Onyenwere, and Courtney Vandersloot. We now have Kia Nurse, and we have Beck Allen as well. So there are still a significant amount of slots that the Chicago Sky still need to fill. We'll ultimately see what they decide to do from here. But I say this was a big, big trade for the Chicago Sky. A really good trade getting Rebecca Allen. I think she really is someone who's going to be able to knock down some threes for the Chicago Sky. We'll see. Ultimately, we will ultimately see. A thing to note: the reason why I didn't say Dana Evans' name when I was listing out the players is because yes, the Chicago Sky did extend an offer to Dana Evans. However, she has not signed that offer yet. All right, so Dana Evans has not signed her offer. They did extend an offer to her, so we'll ultimately see if she signs it and if she returns to this team, or if they end up trading her somewhere else or trading the rights to her to somewhere else. We'll see. We will see. Now again, we got Beck Allen, and we have Kia Nurse as well for the Chicago Sky. So I think 2 W moves for the Sky. We'll ultimately see what happens from here. We will ultimately see. I mean, here's the deal. The Chicago Sky are not big fish, right? The Chicago Sky does not have great amenities right now. Yes, they're working on their practice facility and all that stuff, but like they don't have much to offer players. And so it wasn't expected that the Chicago Sky was going to get some huge big fish. Like you just weren't going to do that. But the question was, can you get incrementally better, and can you help prepare yourself for the future? And I think the Chicago Sky are doing that. Now, yeah, you're not going to swing for the fences and get these big stars, because you'd have to trade away either Angel or Camilla or the number 3 pick in the draft to get that. And so you make the small trade right here. I like it a lot. You get Beck Allen, someone who, yes, is injury prone, absolutely is injury prone, but is a player who can knock down some shots and overall is a bigger player. And you also pick up Kia Nurse as well, someone who still, yes, is a bigger guard at that 2 guard spot. but also someone who can bring that leadership factor as well for this team. And for a youngish team as a Chicago Sky, they do need that. They do need that. And also, Kia Nurse gives some defense as well. So I like it. I like it. Mark says, those are great moves from the Sky. Kia Nurse and Beck Allen can help space the floor for Angel and Camilla. Yeah. Yeah. DeJour, thanks so much for the super chat, says, how much could you possibly want for Dana? LOL, not getting much. And a second top. Sky got to get realistic. I mean, we'll see. We'll ultimately see if Dana gets dealt. She might get dealt. Time will tell. I mean, she's already indicated what she wanted to do last year. And so ultimately, we'll see. Ultimately, we will see. Goon says, start Dana Evans. No. Nope. All right, thank you so much, Lashandra, for the super sticker. It is a pink umbrella on a beach. Well, appreciate you. Thank you so much for that super sticker. We'll ultimately see what happens. We will ultimately see. Lysandra says, is Camila Cardoso for sure staying with the Sky? I mean, as of right now, I have heard zero indications of the Chicago Sky wanting to trade her. They have her on a rookie contract. Both her and Angel are on rookie contracts. I don't see the Sky getting rid of Camilla. I don't think it would make any sense. Like the core of the future for the Chicago Sky is Camilla and Angel. And I don't think it would make any sense for the Chicago Sky to end up trading them. I don't think they trade them. I think they're just fine having those two players be their core, and then everybody else you kind of flip players in and kind of see what happens from here. Okay. Dilbert. What is it? Used to be the Dilbert comics or whatever. Dilbert says the Sky still got the third pick, so Sky is not falling. Yeah. And that's the thing. I really wanted to make sure that the Chicago Sky, had a opportunity to get players without trading that number 3 pick. So far, that number 3 pick has not gotten traded. If you're going to trade it, you got to trade up in the draft. And right now, that has been no trade so far. Works World says, what is the trade? Well, let me put the trade on the screen right here. The trade that just happened today is a 2-team trade between the Chicago Sky and the Connecticut Sun. The Chicago Sky receive Beck Allen, and the Connecticut Sun receive Lindsay Allen and the rights to Nicolina Milic. Now, here's the thing. Beck Allen just got traded to the Connecticut Sun. So I'm telling y'all, the Connecticut Sun are doing store closing sale. Everything is for sale. Like, that's basically what the Connecticut Sun are doing. Because we're just seeing trade after trade after trade after trade for the Sun, right? We already saw some moves earlier, last week, where we saw the Connecticut Sun end up trading away Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris. They received Natasha Cloud, Beck Allen, and the 12th pick in the 2025 draft. And then they proceeded to trade Beck Allen. And so, yeah. And then we saw another trade involving the Connecticut Sun. We saw them trade Dejanay Carrington and the 12th pick that they just picked up. They traded that as well as the rights to swap a second round pick in the 2026 draft. They traded that for J.C. Sheldon and the 8th pick in the draft. All right. So that was something that recently happened. And now they are trading Beck Allen to the Chicago Sky for Lindsay Allen and Nicolina Milic. We'll see If there's another trade involving the Connecticut Sun, like literally everything seems to be forced. Uh-oh. That was terrible. What just happened? Literally everything seems to be for sale for the Connecticut Sun. It is kind of wild to think about. It is kind of wild to think about. But hey, the Connecticut Sun is just they're figuring out their new identity, right? And so everything must go. They are building from scratch. Bobby says yard sale. Yeah, it basically is a yard sale. It basically is. It basically is. Spring cleaning, winter cleaning, whatever you want to call it. That is what the Connecticut Sun are doing. It is kind of wild. Kind of wild. But yeah, man. Mark says, fire sale for Connecticut. You get a player. You get a player. You get a player. You get a player. Oprah style. All they want is picks. They could possibly be trying to go for Juju in 2026. I mean, that's a huge possibility. That is a huge, huge possibility. But yeah, man, that is the news. That is the news. Just wanted to let you all know what happened. Guys, yeah, I'll keep you all posted in terms of any additional news. I wanted to make this stream pretty short and sweet to get you all the information that you all wanted to know. But again, we do see this trade that just came through the wire. And ultimately, we'll see what else happens as the days and weeks kind of go on. Yeah, man, like, it's kind of interesting how teams are just trading up a storm. I don't know. We'll see what happens from here, though. We will absolutely see from here. So many trades, so many one-year deals for players. I'll have a recap for you all soon-ish. But yeah, man, that's the news, guys. That is the news. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me, guys. You never know what's gonna happen in women's basketball, and we'll kind of see. We'll kind of see. Kojo said, hit that like button, y'all. Yes, please hit that like button. It really does help the channel out a whole lot. Thank y'all so much for joining on for this quick stream. We got like 600 people in here, but I've got about 100 likes. If y'all hit that like button, that really does help the channel out a whole lot. Anaya says, first of all, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, does the sky not have the Sun 2026 pick? Let's check. I believe they did get something from the Connecticut Sun for 2026. Let's actually check real quick. Let's actually check. All right. So yes, the Chicago Sky have a pick swap with the Connecticut Sun in 2026. All right. So the first round, so the Connecticut Sun's first round pick is up for a pick swap with the Chicago Sky. So the Chicago Sky do not have Connecticut's pick, but if Connecticut gets a higher pick in the draft, like let's say Connecticut is a lottery pick and they win the number 1 pick in the draft, that pick then goes to the Chicago Sky. So yeah, that is something that Dallas had a pick swap rights to with the Chicago Sky in 2025, but it didn't matter because Dallas ended up getting the number 1 pick on their own. But in 2026, there is a pick swap for the Connecticut Sun and the Chicago Sky. If the Connecticut Sun get a better pick for that first round pick, it will then go to the Chicago Sky. Okay. So yeah, that is something like the Connecticut Sun have to do a little bit more trading to maybe try to get that pick swap back or something, because this team is not going to be very good next year, and so you kind of want the rights to your actual number 1 pick or first round pick, I should say. But again, if we see this Connecticut Sun team do badly this year, they do not own the rights they do not have full rights to their draft pick for the first round because the Chicago Sky do have the right to swap picks. So that is something to note. That is actually what the Chicago Sky picked up on the trade midseason. So if y'all remember, right before the WNBA went to All-Star break, we saw a massive trade involving the Chicago Sky and the Connecticut Sun. The Chicago Sky received Rachel Bannum, Mariah Jefferson, and the 2025 first round pick. And they received the rights to have a pick swap with the 2026 first round pick. So yeah, and we get that, and we gave the Connecticut Sun, Marina Mabrey, and the Sky's second round pick for 2025. All right, let's see. Thank DW says, just going to enjoy Unrivaled while they wrap up the yard sale. Yes, Unrivaled is happening right now. And guys, I record all of the Unrivaled games. And so if I can't watch them live, I usually just watch them later. So yeah, that is something to note. We do have Team Mist versus Vinyl Basketball happening today. And that's actually happening right now, actually. In that game, we have, who's winning right now? Let's see. Looks like we have Team Mist winning 44-41 right now. We're in the third quarter with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Jewell Loyd just got fouled, and she is heading to the free throw line. So yeah, that is happening right now. I am going to watch that. I'm going to go back and go to the beginning and watch that right after the stream is over. But anyway, that is the yeah, man. That's the news, guys. That is the news. We'll ultimately see what happens from here. But yeah. I don't have anything else to say, man. I don't have anything else to say. Millhouse says, what is the Sky starting five? Well, let's walk through it as of right now, because who knows what may happen. But right now, our starting center is, of course, Camila Cardoso. Starting power forward, Angel Reese. Our starting point guard is Courtney Vandersloot. It gets a little squishy for the 2 and the 3. For the 3 right now, I do have Michaela Onyenwere as the starting small forward. Possibly. She could probably slot in there. I don't know who the starting shooting guard is for the Chicago Sky. I have no idea. Who that would be for the Chicago Sky. We'll ultimately see what happens from here. But yeah, that is the news, guys. More trades are coming. As I always say, buckle up, Buttercup. It's about to be fun. It's a fun ride. I hope y'all are enjoying the madness. It is pretty fun to experience. It's kind of wild to be like, oh, breaking news after breaking news, guys. Yeah, get ready. We're going to have more. I will see y'all again soon. Make sure to watch Unrivaled that is happening right now. And I will see y'all in the next video. As always, guys, bye-bye.